Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Ariel. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you how I got this look inspired by my headband. I am absolutely obsessed with earth tones, so burgundies, reds, mustards, yellows, greens, olive, all of that stuff is just up my alley, and I really wanted to create a look inspired by this headband, so that's just what I did. I wanted to have a very dewy, natural finish to my face, so that is basically what I'm prepping up for. I used the hydra spray from Essence to give my skin that drink of water type of feel, and then I primed my skin with the e.l.f. Prime to Go primer. I've been obsessed with it. I just love the feel that it gives my skin, super soft. And then I started to contour with this Wet n Wild contour stick. I always use the one called Call Me Maple. They do have one, excuse me, rude. Sorry about that. They do have one called Oaks on You or something along those lines, but it's a little bit cooler toned for those that were maybe looking for something along those lines. Now I am using this concealer from e.l.f. It's their Camo 24-hour concealer, applying it underneath my eyes, in between my eyebrows, on the bridge of my nose, just the tip of it, and my upper lip, just because there's always some shading, you know what I mean? Nothing new. This concealer, I still don't know my full thoughts on it, to be completely honest. I love how full coverage it is, and it has its pros and its cons. So, the one thing that I don't like is that it does crease, um, but I still have to play with it and just get back in the groove of things. So, yeah, I am blending it with this Walgreens makeup sponge. I fell in love with the fact that it was marble. And yeah, I was just like, aesthetics, let's go. I love this. So I'm just pressing it in, and I actually got this technique, this contouring before foundation technique, from Tati's video where she is with J-Lo's makeup artist, and they're talking about tips and tricks about the bronze secrets and stuff like that. And once I tried it out, I haven't stopped using it. Literally every time I do my makeup now, which hasn't been really often lately, but every time I do, I just go back to this technique because I just love the overall finished look of it. Just how like from within the makeup looks. So I am now going in with the Wet n Wild foundation. And the last time I went to the drugstore, I saw that it was like super, super discounted on sale. And usually when I see that, I feel like they're getting rid of them, like they're discontinuing them, which I hope that they don't, because this foundation is awesome. It has an SPF of 15, and it's just one of those foundations that you want to wear when you go out, especially now in the summer. Like, it just looks so good. Ooh, she was feeling herself. Look at that. It just looks so good on the skin and healthy and dewy and just along the type of foundations that I love. And it has a good coverage to it. Um, and it's not that expensive either at all. So if you can, definitely check it out. I'm using Milani's translucent powder. They're strobe, prep strobe and something translucent powder. I'll leave everything linked in the description box below. And I am pressing that in with a huge BH Cosmetics powder brush. I always use either V1 or V11. They're one of my favorite brushes. They're huge and it just melts everything in. And then I am going in with a darker contour shade to really carve out the cheeks, but I like to do it in layers. That's why I love the whole contour stick before foundation. It just looks so good when everything is finished up. And I'm using e.l.f.'s blush palette for my cheeks. I am applying it with a Wet n Wild powder brush. Just taps the cheeks and bring it back. So love it. Love that like healthy rosy cheek look. Um, and yeah, I've just mixed two of the shades from the palette, nothing crazy. And then I always go over it again with a huge powder brush. This one's from BH Cosmetics, just to blend everything together. And now, this glow. Oh my goodness. It's just so good, and it honestly doesn't need any wet brush. You could shine bright like the stars with it on its own, but it's just amazing. Just like I think I was in a rut. I've been in a rut actually for a really long time, just getting out of it, but we'll talk about that another day. Um, and it just reminds you, like, damn, I'm a bad bitch and this is it. Let me do my thing. So basically, if you're looking for those types of vibes, definitely check this highlighter out. I absolutely love it at the tops of my Cupid bow. I just feel like it adds like an extra of seductiveness to my look, especially once the lip is on. Girl, I can't. It's just so good. So I also applied it underneath, like at the high point of my with a little brush, nothing too neat, just so that it can shine through. And at the tips of my nose, high points of my cheeks, and now I'm going to contour my nose with this contour duo from CYO Cosmetics, which is available in Walgreens. I love this contour shade. It's very tricky for some reason for me to find a good contour shade that isn't too on the orange side of life. But this one, mm, perfect for me. I drag it along the sides of my nose, on the bottom, like a V, and then I draw a straight line right like at the button part of my nose. I know that was a terrible description of what I just did, but if you want an in-depth nose contouring video, I will do that. That was just like some light work right there. I'm using this e.l.f. palette. I believe it's called Aphrodite, and I fell in love with the colors. Basically, half of the palette is warm tones, half of the palette is cool tones, but I love the colors because, like I said, I love earth tones, and I just know that this would be a palette that I would always pick up. And with this look, I didn't really want a full on sunset type of look. I just wanted a mellow yellow eye. Just a very soft eye. I really didn't know where I was going with this look, so I just kept dabbing into the shadows. And not for nothing, but yellow eyeshadows with for some companies sometimes like they just don't pick up. I remember having one from CoverGirl, and it just did not translate well on the skin, and I was really impressed by these pigments. Plus, this palette I believe is $12 if I'm not mistaken. You just can't go wrong, and you get plenty of shadows. So I'm dabbing into the palette, basically applying some more, going back, blending it in just until I get that right transition look that I want. And then I'm packing this more on the orange side of life, soft cantaloupe, cantaloupe, or how do you do cantaloupe, cantaloupe type of shade onto my lid. And I always say, like, my rule of thumb when it comes to your lid color, if you are not doing any intricate detailed work, of course, always apply it with your finger. I just feel like you get the best color payoff from your shadow, and it just applies on your lids so much better. You evenly get it through, especially if you have very fine lines in your eyelid. Just use your finger when it comes to your lid color. So once I applied that on, I went in with a thinner brush to deepen out my look with a darker shadow. I believe I was watching the JJ, like Pablo Escobar series, but the one that was focused on JJ, um, Surviving Escobar, I believe. Oh my gosh, such a good one. Definitely check it out if you're into those things. Um, but yeah, I believe that's what I was watching at this moment in time. So I went in with this darker shadow because sometimes I just feel like I always go on the safer, natural side of life when I create looks for this channel, and I don't want you guys to get bored. So definitely leave me some feedback. It would be very much appreciated if you want more dark, vampy, or just like sassy type of looks that are not really so to so every day. But that's why I added this deeper color just because I felt like it was just too on the natural side of life. I honestly wish I would have left it the same to be 100. I'm applying this shimmery shade just at the tops of in between. What? Get it together, girl. I'm applying it in the middle of my lid so it can create some definition since the orangier shade underneath was very matte. I applied a little winged liner. This one's from Essence, and the way I like my liner is thin. I know a lot of people do a very thick, long winged liner, but I feel like I can't pull that off on my face, and every time it's always a frustrating situation. So I just do a thin winged liner very close to my lash line and a fine tip. That's just my personal preference. And yeah, should I do like a video showing you how I do my liner, my nose contour, since I feel like I can fit that in a single video, just like those little details? Um, Let me know. Idea. I am applying these Christina lashes I purchased off of Amazon onto my top lash line, and I just love the way that these look. My preference is a very wispy type of lash. I don't really like that volumey look. I know that's crazy, but like for me, it just, I don't know, wispier lashes look better on my eye shape. And now I'm going in with this Man-Eater mascara and blending in the two. I love this mascara on its own as well. It's from Tarte Cosmetics, Super Bomb Man-Eater mascara. And now I am tight lining my upper lash line with this black liner. I believe it's from L'Oreal if I'm not mistaken. And is it? I'm pretty sure. And I am lining my lower lash waterline with this nude liner. I absolutely love nude liner in the lower waterline. I believe it just opens up your eyes, makes them look so much larger, invites good energy. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? And now I am lining my lips with this red Essence liner. I believe I also showed this in a haul. I definitely hauled this in my last Essence only haul. And before you do a red lip, I always suggest like just use a red liner because it'll give you better application. You won't have to worry so much about like rigid lines that are so noticeable, especially with the color red, and it'll make it wear out more evenly. So I like to do a little contour type shape. I line my lips regularly, but I do a little dash in between. I naturally have that little dividend, whatever it's called, in between my lip, and I just love to accentuate that. So I'm using this liquid lipstick from Kylie Cosmetics. I absolutely love this red. It is so good. It is just like one of those reds that just makes you feel different. So, if you were wanting to feel a little bit different while going out and wearing a red lip, definitely check this one out. It was so good, and as you can see, so easy to apply. And lining out the lips just made it that much better. I'm going into my, what is this called? My inner tear duct with a highlighter shade, and that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for all the love and support always. Getting back into the gist of things. Definitely subscribe to this channel and press that bell, that way you get notified when I do post videos. Like it if you loved it, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Love ya. Bye.